Welcome to Dad Tech. My name is Jet, and if you're new here, we talk tech toys and gear for geek-centric dads. And if you're into that stuff, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Today, we're taking a look at Sonos' most recent portable speaker offering in their ever-growing integrated speaker arsenal, the Sonos Roam, and why it's quite possibly the best portable speaker on the market today. The Roam is ostensibly the little brother of the heftier and decidedly beefier Sonos Move. Coming in at $169 and a svelte 6.6 inches tall, 2.4 inches wide, and 2.3 inches deep, while weighing less than a pound, the Roam cannot be mistaken for any other member of the Sonos speaker family. Now, don't let this lean frame fool you though, as Sonos has crammed a lot of Sonos speaker engineering and intelligence into this Roam that will allow it to seamlessly transition from outdoors to indoors and back without missing a proverbial beat. Let's start with the design aesthetics first though. As always, the Roam invokes Sonos' minimalist design language, which allows it to integrate nicely into most home decors, both indoors and outside. As is typical for every Sonos product, the Roam only comes in two colorways, Shadow Black and this Lunar White. It's also almost entirely enrobed in this uniquely distinguishing honeycomb grille found in some of Sonos' most popular offerings. On the front of its triangular cylinder frame sits the embossed Sonos logo, and directly above it is the battery status LED, as well as another LED on the opposite end, which indicates connection. The control buttons are on the left end of the speaker when it's oriented horizontally, and obviously it's on the top if you orient it vertically. There are volume up and down buttons, a play pause button, and a button for turning the microphone on and off for the privacy conscious. The play pause button can be double pressed to skip to the next track, or triple press to go back to the previous track. These buttons are raised ever so slightly, giving them a great tactile feel, which reduces accidental pressing, something that was more prevalent on the touch-sensitive controls found on the Move. The rear of the unit houses the power button, which also doubles as the Bluetooth connection button if you press and hold it long enough for you to hear the satisfying pairing tone. Below this button is the USB-C charging port, but be warned, the Roam does not come with its own power adapter. Sonos, however, will gladly sell you a 10-watt power brick for $19 or its custom Roam charging dock for $49. You can, however, still charge it with any Qi wireless charging pad you already happen to own. While the Roam harkens some of the design language you see from the flagship Sonos speakers, there's a ruggedness built into the Roam's frame that belies its smallish exterior. The build is solid and sports both drop and dust resistance. The Roam is also IP67 rated, allowing you to submerge it in water up to 3 feet for 30 minutes, making it a perfect poolside or beach day companion. Personally, I find it invaluable as my shower speaker of choice. I'm always impressed when companies find a way to bridge design elegance and pragmatic sturdiness in their products, and Sonos has done just that with the Roam. Most ruggedized speakers in this category provide protection and portability, but typically have garish designs or are somehow oddly shaped. The Roam does its job well without being too ostentatious about it. Now, small form factor notwithstanding, the Roam delivers impactful audio performance powered by two Class H amplifiers. These amplifiers have proprietary high-efficiency Sonos motors that are driving a racetrack mid-woofer and a tweeter that Sonos claims increases the range and output of the Roam. What I can tell you is that this thing isn't quite as room-filling as a Sonos Move, but for its size, it gets pretty damn close. Now, surprisingly, the low end on this is extremely punchy, almost engulfing the mids and the highs. I personally tweaked the EQ just to give some more structure to the mids and highs, especially while I was using it indoors. Those who enjoy real thumpy bass, however, will get a kick out of the Roam's startling bass performance. Again, pare down your expectations that these approximate audiophile-esque speakers, as they don't have the same dexterous agility or accuracy needed for more complex and nuanced tracks. But again, for something this size and price, it definitely punches above its weight class. And you can definitely hear the Sonos engineering at play here. What Sonos is banking on, besides the overall sound quality and portability of the Roam, are also its quality of life features designed to literally make it a go-anywhere speaker. It comes equipped with the ability to call upon your AI assistant of choice, whether that be Google or Alexa, as long as you're connected to Wi-Fi. At this point, Sonos has fine-tuned the microphone array well enough in its speakers that even middling to high volume levels are still able to pick up commands to the AI relatively easily, and that's certainly the case here. The Roam also includes my favorite sound calibration process in Sonos' TruePlay system, which allows you to maximize the acoustics of the device in relation to the room that you're occupying. This makes a big enough difference that I dare say it's an absolute must-do right after setting up your Roam. Speaking of setup, as always, it's a breeze through the Sonos S2 app. It's simply a matter of adding the device to your existing Sonos system if you have one, or setting it up as the first device in your new Sonos ecosystem through the accompanying 8-digit code on your device, either manually or through NFC. Once the Roam has been added, automatic updates are downloaded to your device and you're ready to go in a matter of a few minutes. Once you're all set up, you'll have access to the entire panoply of music services out there, from Spotify and Apple Music to hi-fi services such as Tidal and Deezer. Connecting via Bluetooth is equally effortless, this time only requiring you to long press the power button as I mentioned previously. The Roam also does a great job of seamlessly weaving in and out of your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth as you get in and out of range of one or the other. Not once did I have to fiddle with any settings as I got out of my home's Wi-Fi range and transition to my phone's Bluetooth connection. Now, one of the coolest new features of the Roam, and one that I hope can be made available for the Move, is the ability to do what amounts to a sound swap. The Roam can either receive audio being played from another Sonos device or send audio being played on the Roam to another Sonos device. To receive audio playing from a Sonos device that isn't the Roam simply requires the Roam to be in close proximity to the other device, and then you press and hold the play button on the Roam until you hear 3 tones and voila, you've successfully transferred your audio. To pass back that audio from the Roam to the other device simply requires you to do the same thing. Get close, press and hold the play, and now you pass back the audio. I tried this sound swapping across all of my Sonos devices and the Roam, and it worked flawlessly every single time. Being able to do this without the use of the app is an intuitive way to utilize Sonos's vaunted mesh network and its hardware to great effect. You can also pair a couple of Roams together to get a good sounding stereo pair. Unfortunately, this is only feasible when you're connected through Wi-Fi, and sadly, you still can't utilize the Roam as a surround speaker in a more robust Sonos surround system. I'm personally hoping Sonos finds a way to address this, because these Roams make perfect sense as surround sound pairs, especially given the Roam's minuscule footprint. Imagine being able to set the Roams down for a movie night one day and then grab them and stick them in your bag for a hike the following day. Sounds awesome, right? Come on, Sonos, get to work here, make this happen. In terms of battery life, on a full charge, Sonos claims approximately 10 hours of runtime on the Roam. My personal tests yielded a little less than 9 hours at a volume level around 75% to maximum. Not too shabby considering the Move, with a much larger battery, gets around 11 hours on a full charge. Ultimately, Sonos set out to create what they're calling the smartest speaker in their lineup, and it's hard to argue that point given what the Roam is capable of in its tiny form factor. At $169, you're getting industry-leading connectivity, tried and true Sonos audio quality, along with a refined design sensibility, coupled with a ruggedness that can take you from your living room to your patio to a beach day excursion without batting an eye. The Sonos Roam is a great entry point for any Sonos neophyte and is a worthy addition to a veteran Sonos ecosystem that may have a need to be ported beyond the confines of a home theater or office environment. Check out the link down below if you want to grab yourself one or a pair, and while you're at it, hit that like button if you like this video, and check out some of my other videos and subscribe to the channel if you like this type of content, and I will check you next time. Peace.